We begin with a growing issue happening inside Charlotte-Mecklenburg schools, students being sexually assaulted.
School saying that there has been a history of cover-ups of sexual assaults and rapes, and it's time to call it for what it is.
Advocacy group Amplify Survivors says students should feel empowered.
They will hear our voices,
not silenced.
Don't let the response or lack of response from the school system deter you from speaking.
Like, our stories are different, but the after effects are like pretty much the same. We both were threatened with suspension. Both were told that it was going to go on our permanent school record and damage our chances of getting into college. Nikki and I have teamed up together. We made Amplify Survivors, and we've basically just been advocating on behalf of all the other victims that have come forward that are anonymous. There were like 4 other victims that WBTV spoke with, but they were all anonymous. The case at Olympic High School in Charlotte, she's anonymous. The case at West Charlotte High School, she's anonymous. And then the Hawthorne case, she's anonymous.
Students protested outside of Olympic High School Friday morning. They say they don't feel safe and felt their complaints about sexual violence went ignored. So they made a statement no one could ignore.
no more violence, no more talking. We're about action. We want something done now. It's just unacceptable that he gets to come back to school. He should be in a jail.
One of the most recent survivors to report was suspended from school for false reporting, despite her perpetrator confessing to local police. So student activists took to the streets again to demand action against the school administrators responsible. Until 2 school administrators were put on leave and investigated for their actions, and the district committed to improving.
For now, they're planning another protest to support the victims at Hawthorne Academy, who say they were suspended after reporting their assaults. Survivors calling out to be part of the conversation and the change, but they say that should also require outside voices too. This petition, with over 14,000 signatures, asks for an external investigation into CMS as a whole.
As we've seen, it's not just Myers Park, and it's not just like a couple schools, it's the entire district.
CMS Superintendent Ernest Winston says now the district has a plan. It will increase staffing at the Title IX office and make the investigation into sexual assault allegations that office's sole responsibility.
That will create the level of consistency across the district.
But more than that, survivors want education.
Give students resources that they need to talk about their Title IX rights, to talk about what consent is.
In hopes of ultimately putting a stop to it all.
No.
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk,